Hey fam, I hope you're doing fine. Welcome to yet another episode of the Evolve with Intent podcast. Happy holidays. I hope you had a great Christmas. I hope you're looking forward to a great New Year start 2024. In today's episode, I have something really interesting and exciting. When I was traveling home for holidays, I dared myself to sit down and have a conversation with my parents, at least for an episode of this podcast. You know, it's exciting because you all know our relationships really with African parents. There's like really tense air and like we're usually afraid to like say a word. But surprisingly, I was able to work out my guts and start a conversation with my dad. So initially, I don't know if you saw my LinkedIn post. I've been trying to explain to them what it is that I'm trying to do with this podcast and what it is all about and what am I trying to achieve. I think what they understood was I'm a Ugandan blogger, like like these bloggers on Facebook that sit and talk about, I don't know, Bobby Wine or like I think that's what they understood. They really didn't get the whole gist of the whole situation. But anyways, so I convinced my dad. I don't know, did I convince him? Anyways, I managed to get my dad to agree to sit down with me for a few minutes. There's a lot going on by the time we did this episode that was limited time, really, is all I can say. That we didn't, I feel like there is more we could have said. But the little time that we got, we had a very interesting conversation. As I was editing the audio and I was laughing at myself and the whole thing. I hope you learn a thing or two, or I hope I hope one of the things make you smile or something. I don't want to do a whole lot of introduction before you even get to it. So without any further wasting of your time, really, let's just get into it. Hi, Dad.
Hello, John.
How are you doing?
I'm okay.
Okay, so to everyone listening in, this is my dad. Dad, please tell us about yourself.
I'm Kashija Rwagumya Everest in Kidukuru, Fort Portal City.
Oh yeah, yes. For the record, this episode has been recorded from my hometown in Fort Portal on the 28th of December 2023, and we are trying to catch up with him and hear his life story and his experiences. Yeah. So are there any interesting things that you think we should know about you, about your life, and what you're doing right now?
Yes, please. Currently, I'm a peasant. We are doing some bit of digging here and there. We grow maize, cassava, groundnuts.
So you're basically a farmer?
Yeah, we also keep some few animals like goats, chicken, and we intend also to have cows if...
That's good. So you're a rich man?
No, really, I'm not rich.
Okay, tell us about your career life. Wait, how old are you, Dad?
Today, I'm 16 years old. Next year, October 26, I will be 70 years.
I always assumed you're like 65, 66.
No, that is my real age.
Okay, I like women. Women are the ones that hide their age, huh? Anyways, so tell us about your career. What were you doing before you decided to get into farming?
When I was still a youth, I admired a lot of many things. I'd wanted to study and finish maybe university. That one because of the poverty at home, I couldn't do much. I just completed senior 4. And
I always thought you're a smart man who went to Form 6 and graduated at the university.
No.
You did?
I didn't.
So you only did senior 4?
Only senior 4.
Anyway, but at that time, senior 4 was huge, right?
Yeah, of course, after Senior in Kampala, you could get a job anywhere in insurance, in the banks. You go to the bank and you don't, as soon as you come with your pass slip and you are looking for a job, they just give you a job immediately.
They don't even ask questions.
No. As long as you have a good mark, that was enough to give you a job. You go to Uganda hotels, the jobs were plenty, unlike today. Yeah, so for now, that's how we earn our living. When we sell our produce, we get some money to support the family.
You said the things that you wanted to do. No, you didn't tell us about what were you doing before you decided to.
First, I first worked in Kampala, in Uganda hotels. Then I also worked with a company, Fiat Uganda Limited, which was selling brand new cars. Then when the war came of removing Idi Amin took over government from Milton Obote. Then there was chaos in Uganda, especially Kampala. People were being slaughtered. So I ran back home.
How old were you when you joined the army?
I was 30 years old.
Okay. How was it like then?
In the army, I have served at different capacities because I was an intelligent. I took, after training, then I went for courses like political education. Then after that one, I went for another course for intelligence. Then later I was deployed in SMY, where we were moving around, collecting information.
So you were given all these roles with just your senior force certificate?
Yeah, and of course when you're in the army, and maybe by that time when I joined the army, a senior 4, you would go for any course, even abroad. If chances are there, you would go abroad for courses.
Okay.
Yeah, so I worked as intelligence officer for like 9 years. Then I was transferred to another department, which was political education. I started training cadet officers in Jinja, Gaddafi Garrison barracks.
When you look at life for young people today, how would you compare it to what life was like for you back then in your 20s?
Yeah, currently, during my youth, life was good. There were no many diseases like today. Jobs were there, but today the youth has problems, especially employment. And by then, during my youth, there was a plenty of land. Today, there is a lot of fragmentation in land. You find families who used to have like 10 acres. Today, they have like 2 to 3 acres. They have children. They have no land. So, even if you wanted to do farming, still you have no opportunity because the land was fragmented due to population. So currently, the youth are facing a lot of problems. No jobs. The government has not created jobs for the youth.
Are there values or beliefs, things you've held so close to your faith or your heart that have helped you come to this day?
I do a lot of praying to Almighty God, and has helped me to, because when you believe in the superstitions, witchcraft, those things are very bad. Because I advise people always to believe in God, because witchcraft is an enemy to our youth, to the elderly. When something happens, they say he has been charmed by you. So I don't believe in witchcraft.
What else do you believe in? Are there other values that you hold? So belief in God, what else?
Like whenever I have a problem, I do some novenas because I'm a Catholic. I don't believe in those who pretend to pray for people. You pray for yourself. So for me, I pray for myself, and always what I pray for, I always get it.
That's cool. So when you're in your 20s, are there things you wanted to become that let's say you're 20 and now you're like, I want to be a doctor. Are there dreams you had that didn't come to life?
If my family was capable of pushing me because I was a bit bright in class, if there was money, I would have gone up to the university. But
What would you have wanted to become?
I had always admired to become a doctor.
Really?
So, because I did not continue, my wish stopped there.
Think through your 69 years of life, are there things you remember and regret? Do you have regrets in life?
Even if they were there, you can't have a street life. You can't achieve all what you want. Because every man on earth, all what you get it through struggle. And you must be very serious on everything. When you have plan A and when it fails, then you go to B to C, like that. And then again you come back to A, like until you succeed your objectives.
True. So as you've grown older now, have your perspectives of what a successful life or happy life changed?
Not really.
Okay. What's your definition of success?
Definition of success. By the way, most men on earth, to succeed is not simple, because if you succeed, then you stop working. So people, they continue working, even the billionaires.
Don't you think it's human nature to always want more? Like,
yeah, of course you need more. you need more, but you can't succeed. You can succeed fine. Business is going on. As soon as you make a blunder, then you come down again. So you must continue working. So you can't say you have succeeded.
And what's your definition of happiness?
Happiness, you need to have a peace of mind.
Tell me about your definition of peace of mind. Is it having 5 cars parked in your parking lot?
No, peace of mind. You have children who have already finished school. They support you on what you have. You get what you want in time. Even if you don't drive, but you can still be having a peace of mind. Depending on what you have. For example, like me now, I'm 69 years old. There are many things I'm still struggling to make sure by the time I'm 75, I should be having some few cows, milk is at home, food is there. So whenever I feel I want to do something, I should be able to do it.
Cool. So at 69, give us 3 of your biggest life mistakes that you've made that you wouldn't want other young men to repeat.
One, alcoholism. Very bad. Womanizing.
What is womanizing?
All your minds are about beautiful ladies around, and you can't save, because what I'm telling you, when you drink and then you begin womanizing, or you become a sex worker, normally end of the day
you don't have any money.
You don't have any money, because all of those take money.
What else? What are the biggest? Are these lessons, or are these? Now I'm curious. Are these mistakes you've done and learned from them, or?
I had not finished. You asked me 3.
Yes,
the third one, you must be friendly in order to succeed. You get friends, learn from friends, because you can't work alone. You can't stay alone. So you should always be faithful to your friends so that you can learn from them.
Okay. Now, the 3 you just mentioned, are these things you've learned from experience, or things you know that's how it works?
Yes. I've gone through all of those, and I know it has made very many people fail in their lives.
Tell me about marriage. what are your thoughts about marriage today?
Marriage is also a serious issue. Before you marry, you must take serious precautions too. Those precautions,
Like,
you must know the woman you are going to marry. How do the people at their home behave? Are they successful people? Are they witchcraft?
and if they're not successful people, because would you say our family is a successful family?
Yeah, ours is successful because everybody here is very serious and they know what they want.
Okay.
So even if we don't have money, a lot of money, but there is hope that the future is very bright.
Right. Okay. When you reflect back on your life, I'm curious because you said you're 69. I'm assuming that's a huge milestone to be 69 and counting. We thank God for life. Are there significant life experiences that you encountered throughout your life that have shaped who you are today?
Yeah, when I was still a civilian before I joined the army, I didn't know how to. Okay, after you see, when you are in secondary schools, they just teach you academically. They don't teach you skills
True.
of earning money. So when I joined the army, the institution is so good that you learn how to conduct yourself in public. You learn how to save money. Actually, the army teaches you, because when you come to political education, in the army they teach you a lot of political education to shape you to know what you are supposed to be throughout your life. And in political education they teach you how to plan properly for yourself. So the time I was in the army, I had to make sure I must build early when I'm still young, must have land, I must acquire land. When I retire, where I should start from. That institution teaches me a lot of many things. Unlike in civilian, when you're in civilian life, you move like any other person. And the army teaches you discipline. You don't only talk anyhow.
That's cool. But I asked you earlier, I'm like, do you know why this podcast exists? It does exist partially because of what you just said. Schools only teach us how to pass exams. Chemistry, physics, English. This podcast exists to help young people to learn things about discipline, etiquette, morals, now financial discipline, or like basic general life things really that can help a person thrive outside the classroom. But back to my question, I'm curious. Were you arrested? What are there things that really happened to you that shaped who you've become today?
I've already told you those ones, and I've never been arrested. Throughout my life, I've never gone to prison. I've never committed any offense.
Meanwhile, I've been arrested. You should ask me, what did I do?
Were you arrested?
Yes.
What did you do?
I got a second-hand phone from someone. I bought a second-hand phone from someone, and someone tracked me, and I was, I think, in second year, but I didn't tell you. I was arrested for a day.
Oh my God.
I know. At that time, I think you had retired from the army. I should have called you to come and save the day.
Yeah, in fact, I also advise many others using your podcast.
Yes.
I hate buying a second-hand phone because even a second-hand vehicle, anything that is second-hand, there must be a reason behind. Why should you sell it?
No, but times have changed today. There are legitimate ways of acquiring second-hand devices. Maybe not phones, but like cars. Most of the cars in
they are called reconditioned vehicles.
Yes.
From
so
Bond.
If you get them from
those
a
ones,
buyer,
reconditioned vehicles in Bond. Those ones are you are safe if you buy that one. But I understand in Uganda today they are trying to put there a modern way of acquiring vehicles. That is digital. They are going to get digital numbers.
Oh, yeah.
So when you...
you're that informed. You're that informed.
Yeah, of course, I have a WhatsApp phone and I collect all this information.
If you had to tell 1,000 young people today, if you had to give them five off your fingertips, things to live by, to thrive and make a difference in the world, what would you tell them?
One, especially those at school, they should take subjects that are conducive to the environment, especially agriculture. Because Uganda is a developing country, we still have a chance of good land, and the weather is favorable to all crops we grow in Uganda. So Uganda could be a basket, or Uganda would be having a lot of food, but the youth are not working. They want collar jobs, and they want to remain in cities or in town. If after, many of them drop after senior 4, and they have already taken agriculture, but I understand the curriculum in the Ministry of Education is changing. They intend to educate our children. By the time they complete senior 4, they should be able to do something small at home, at least like chicken rearing, like piggery, and many others.
What else? 2?
Then another one. If the youth, those that their parents cannot educate them to higher levels, if they have land, let them use that land, produce a plenty of food, so that in family there is enough food, and there is surplus for sale, and
So
get some money.
basically, they should come back to the village.
Yeah, they should
But
come back
there's no
to.
internet in the village.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
no tiles in the village.
Actually, now Uganda is developing almost every trading center
How's the electricity?
has electricity and all services, all that we have been wanting to buy in Kampala, these very huge supermarkets. We already have supermarkets in all areas. For example, in Kabarole, Kamwenge, everywhere you go, you find there are supermarkets, and each and everything you need in life is there. So there is no need why they should congest in Kampala or congest in Fort Portal. Let them go to the village and till the land, because I was reading a certain magazine where in German, farmers are the most rich people, and they're the ones driving very expensive vehicles on every weekend. In German, farmers, they storm the city. Everybody wants to run away because they're the ones who have. Those who in the city, they don't have money. But farmers, so agriculture is really a backbone, and people should take it very, very, very serious, especially the youth.
You thought about the idea of me having a child today, bringing you grandchildren.
Without a husband, no.
I mean, wait. So, what do you think I should get a husband first?
Yeah, if you, because for me, I cannot say now you get married.
Don't you think 26 is too young to start a family?
It is good now. Between now and 30 years, you should have.
Why? Because I'm a girl?
Yeah, because normally women, you grow older before you are not like men. So you should get a child between 25 to 30 years. You get a child 1 or 2, but you need to have a husband.
But how now? Because I just graduated about 2-3 years ago. When do I get the time to grow my career? If 1-2 years after graduation, I'm thinking about starting a family.
No. By the way, it is very difficult for you, because if you go for having a child, then you will be disrupted from what you are doing.
So what would you rather have me do? Have a family first, then focus on my career, or focus on my career first and then have children?
Now, do you have any man who's engaging you for marriage? Or no?
Clear as throat.
Yeah, if you don't, because if you have one, then you should discuss the way. You two, you sit down and discuss the way forward. Should you have children first, or you must achieve what you want, both to you?
Okay, fair enough. Do you think that the generation today is no longer giving in to that whole cycle: go to school, graduate, have children, find a job, and die. Or because you realize today our priorities are graduate, make money, travel the world, buy cars before you build a house. Do you think our generation today is living recklessly, or times have changed?
The youth, out of every 100, depending on what type of a family you come from, most of those who are well-to-do are in business, or they are continuing with education. Even they go abroad, they have the chances to get jobs abroad. But like you now, you need also to focus the way forward. What are you doing? What you are doing today? You think, is this enough to make you a successful lady tomorrow?
I think so. Yeah. I think what I'm doing today is bridging way for me to be a successful lady.
And that's good. That's good. So if others can also do like you, I'm happy about that.
So would you be upset if I bought a car before I built a house?
Yeah, you see, I don't know how you earn your money.
Let's say I'm earning 5M per month. Yes.
Yeah.
Would you be upset if I bought that Porsche next year?
Number one, you see, in business, you need transport, you need communication. Where communication helps you to air out your mind. But again, you need travel. You need to go to a destination, but you don't need these very expensive vehicles. You can buy a cheap vehicle to enable you move every time you think you are going to do something. So buying a vehicle, I have no question about that.
Okay. Because next year I plan on buying a Ractis.
Nice of you, maybe.
Do you think children are a financial setback?
If they are not a financial setback, depending on how you have planned. Because, for example, today, you need to behave like Europeans. One child or two children. Yeah, but if you are well-to-do, you have here in Africa or in Uganda especially, if you have land, then you can have 2 to 4 children. So that by the time, because now land is very, very, very expensive, especially in Fort Portal here. Land is so expensive you can't imagine. But having many children, it is a setback because education is very expensive.
Sure.
So if you have 2 and you are well-to-do, educating 2 children or 3 children may not actually put you down financially. Because children must study as you are also continuing to work without pressure. But if you are working on pressure, you work on pressure of school fees of children, then it will be a burden to you. You will reach a time and you begin regretting.
Sure. Some of the biggest life lessons 2023 has taught you.
Yeah, right from Corona, I learned that if you have a land and you have not planted things like crops like trees, you don't have coffee, you don't have banana plantation, then you will get a lot of problems. Because immediately after Corona, schools opened. I didn't have school fees for the 2 girls. So I had to sell off and there was total poverty everywhere because right from Corona, that's 2 years. Nothing was selling. You can't sell a cow in the market. If you take it there, if you need a school fees for you would sell more than 10 cows. And of course, if you have 2 cows, 3, you sell them. Then what is the next? So what I learned, you must have something at home. Like if you have a big land, fragment it, plant trees. So I sowed the trees, and my children, when we are from Corona, they managed to start secondary school. 2 girls, and you know how expensive it is to educate girls. Girls are not like boys. They take a lot of money. They need a lot of many things, unlike boys. So I learned a lot. And of course, in the spirit of saving, if you have not saved, you're in hell.
That last statement had me. It's a lot for me to think about for the coming year, because I honestly don't save. I don't know. Hands up, anyone else who doesn't save. I know for a fact I the like my belief about savings is, why am I keeping money when I need sugar or soap in the house? Anyway, I think it has a lot to do with our economy and like living like from what's the word they say, from hand to mouth, like Zokola Zol, yeah. in English, it means that the money you're working for is the money you're using to like sort the bills and like then repeat the whole thing. But anyways, I feel like it's sad that I feel like there's a lot more that I would have wanted to ask him, but I didn't have enough time with him. But sometime in the future, I hope that we'll have him again on this episode. Time was so limited that I didn't even get to have enough time to do an episode with my mom. And I promise probably in the future I'll make it a point to myself and to anyone interested to have these conversations with my parents. I hope you learned a thing or two. Yeah. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.